All right, so welcome to this video. So today I'm going to be showing you how to set up your conversion tracking for your campaigns. Now, if you don't already know how to do this, this is going to be very important because you want to obviously track the results. If you're not tracking your results, you don't know how well you're doing, you don't know how well you're, how not so well you're doing. And if you have your conversion tracking set up, then it just helps Google to better identify what your ideal prospect, what your ideal lead, what your ideal client looks like. Okay, so it's very important to get this set up, not only for tracking, but if you want to make sure you continue to get really, really good results. Okay, so we'll jump straight into it. So what you'll want to do is you want to come to goals here and you want to come to summary once you're logged into your Google Ads account. And then we want to click on create conversion action. So we're going to be creating a few conversion actions. So we're going to be creating a phone call on your landing page or your website. And we're going to be creating a contact form one as well. We're also going to create one for, if anyone calls straight from the ads as well, because that is also an option as well. People can just call even before jumping on the landing page. So that's what we're going to be setting up today. Okay, so click on create conversion action. We'll do the easy ones first. So we'll do phone call, and then we'll do calls. Yeah. So call extensions essentially. It's calls using call extensions, and then continue. Okay, so conversion name, this can just be calls from ads, and then yeah, one lead equals £1, $1, whichever one it is. That's fine. And we don't want to count every conversion. We only want to count it per person, since it's obviously we're getting leads. Yeah, so we're not going to use this one since it's not a purchase. Now, call length, I normally like to have this at like 1 or 2 seconds, but you can, if you don't want to count if you don't want to count a call that's 5 seconds long as a lead, you can obviously amend it if you want. Everything else looks fine. Create. Okay, so that's done. Okay, perfect. So that one's done. So let's do the next one. Let's go for calls again. Now we're going to do calls to a phone number on your website. So we're going to do that one. So click on continue. Calls from landing page. Again, same value for each conversion. And then we're going to click on one. And then here's where you enter your number as it is on your website. So if I go to here, this is just a sample website. Let's have a look. Okay, if I copy this. Let's see, again, 1 second. Everything else is fine. Okay, now we're going to set up the conversion tracking using Google Tag Manager. This is the easiest way, most efficient way to do it, definitely. Right, so we're going to be using a conversion ID and the conversion label. The first thing we want to do first, though, is we want to set up a conversion linker tag. So just let's open a new tab here. So it would be tag manager.google, yeah. So tagmanager.google.com is what you want to click on. Let me click on the right profile here. Okay, so once you're in Google Tag Manager, you want to click on create account here, and then call this whatever you want. Okay, and then target platform is website or web. Okay, accept that. Yes. Right, so we want to copy these codes. Okay, so we'll start with the head one first, and then we'll go on to our web builder. You want to go to settings. So you want to put this in the head tracking code. Now, if you do it this way, like outside of, in the settings tab, it applies to every single page. Obviously, this is the most convenient way to do it. All right, let me go back here. I'll copy the body as well. and then we save, and then let's test to make sure it's picking it up. Oh gosh. Where is it? Install Google Tag Manager. Let's test it. Right, perfect. So you can see that it's all linked up there. Right, so we'll go to Workspace. And the first thing we want to do is attach our conversion linker. So we can just, so you click on add new tag, and then conversion linker. And then you click on tag configuration, and then in the search, just type in linker. You see the linker there, that's fine. And then for the trigger, we just click on all pages. So the conversion linker should trigger on every single page on our website. Okay, click on save. Okay, so that's done. So now we can add the tracking for phone calls, right? So we copy the conversion ID and call this calls from landing page. If I type in, yeah, so Google adds calls from website conversion, okay? I think the conversion ID is here, right? And then the conversion label is here. I've got that right, okay? And then the phone number is here. All right, now we want to trigger this on all pages. So no matter what page they're in on our website, on our landing page, we want it to trigger. Okay, so it counts as a conversion, so Google knows that someone's just called. Right, you save on that. All right, and then we'll go back to Google, and then we'll click on next. Okay, that's done. Okay, now the other conversion action we want to do now is contact form submissions. So click on create conversion action, web. We don't want to use that one. We want to use this one. Okay, click on scan. All right, just add conversion manually. So let's see, submit lead form. We'll call this lead form. And then this is okay. So using the same value, and then we want to only have it on one. So if it's leads that we're tracking, we want to only have it on one. Obviously, if you're law firm, you're going to be tracking leads, right? So that's okay. All right, all this is good. All this is good. Now for enhanced conversions, we'll touch on this on a separate video. There's a few more steps if you want to set up enhanced conversions. So we'll just leave this off. That's okay. And then save and continue. We'll use Google Tag Manager again. Okay, so I'll just copy the conversion ID for this. We go back to Google Tag Manager, we add a new tag, form, and then if I type in Google, yeah, Google Ads conversion tracking is what you want, okay? So that's the ID there, and then the label, that's okay, that's okay, that's okay. And then for trigger, now we don't want it to trigger on every single page like we do for phone calls. Obviously, someone only becomes a lead once they land on the thank you page. Once they filled out the form, that's when we know that they've become a lead, you know, for the form. So we want the trigger to only trigger on the thank you page. So we only want a particular page. So we're not going to click all pages here. So once you click on the trigger, we're going to click on the plus sign, and then we'll call this thank you page. And let's see, click on page view here, okay? And then not all pages, we want to put some pages, right? And then we want to put page path, or in fact, let's put page URL. And now we want to just get the back end of the thank you page. So if I do this, So this is what the thank you page looks like. I'll just take this bit. So you just take the last little bit of your thank you page, and then I'll paste it here. Okay, so that's the thank you page done, and then save all of that. Okay, so those, well, I'll just click on done there. So that's everything added. Okay, we just want to make sure that obviously it's firing and it's working. So if I go to preview and then I get the URL. Okay, so we can see here that because I'm using Tag Assistant, we can see here that the tag is viewable. Okay, so if I go back to here, we can see what's fired. The conversion link is fired, and then calls from landing page is fired, right? Now, obviously this hasn't fired yet. So let me just fill out this form. To stop. Okay. It's the random number. All right, so let's see if it's fired now. Okay, so you can see the lead form tag is fired as well. So we know that's all set up properly. So just click on finish. And then let's go back here. We click on submit. And then publish. Can you skip this? So that's basically how to set up your conversion tracking. Now we haven't set up enhanced conversion tracking. Okay, I'll show you how to set that up in a follow-up video. But for your basic level tracking, that's how you do it. Now what you also want to do is we want to come to admin here, and we want to come to tag coverage. Now the pages we're currently tracking is obviously this home page and also this thank you page, right? Now we can also add other pages here as well. So you can add other URLs, shall I say? You can add them all here, and then you can just preview them and then connect to them to make sure that it's firing on the page. Obviously, because we've put the tracking code on the header and the body of the website, it will obviously say that it's being tracked as well. All right, so that's a nice and quick video to show you how to set up your conversion tracking. Now it is saying, let's have a look. If I refresh, since I've already tested it, it should then come off of inactive, but let's have a look. Okay, so that one's okay, that one's okay. Obviously, if you want to test this out, you need to make a call. You need to, actually go onto the landing page and make a call, and then it will come off of inactive. Okay. And this one is just a default one from before. Okay, so that's pretty much everything on how to set up your conversion tracking. Again, in a future video, I'll show you how to set up enhanced conversion tracking. If you have any questions, just drop me a message. Other than that, thank you so much and take care.